Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I'm Chance Ellison.
And I'm Russell Howe.
This is our second review of the week. Oh, this is one I'm pretty sure most people didn't see coming, but you were really high on this movie, so I thought we should check it out.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
really.
I always love highlighting the indie films, and this is Brittany Runs a Marathon. Fairly simplistic title for a fairly simplistic film, but getting into this movie is about a woman, Brittany, played by Jillian Bell in the film, and she is a woman who she's overweight. She lives a very unhealthy lifestyle. You can tell she doesn't always make the best decisions for herself and for her well-being. And so she starts running, and then she gets inspired to run the New York City Marathon. Which first of all, this movie illustrates how apparently hard it is to get into that marathon.
It really is. I've run the New York City Marathon, so yeah. I ran in 2013.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
There's a qualifying time that you have to get into. I didn't get in via that way. If you put together a fast enough half marathon, 13.1 miles, you can qualify for an entry into the marathon. Or if you've run a marathon in under a certain amount of time, just like Boston, you can get you can put your name in for and reviewed to see if you get accepted. There's another one with charity, the one that they actually were talking about. If you don't get in via the lottery, how I got in was lottery. I put my name in on a whim and ended up getting picked for it. So that was in 2012. Hurricane Sandy had different ideas. So we went up to New York City and they canceled the marathon. It was the only one that's been canceled. So I got a automatic bid into the 2013 New York City Marathon. Those are pretty much the ways that you can pretty much get into it. But so everything was, I appreciate the fact that was all beat by beat.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I need to title this Brittany Runs a Marathon review plus Russell's New York City Marathon story.
No, dude,
that's crazy. I had no idea you ran the marathon. Did you finish?
Yeah. Yes, it did. 4 hours. I think it was like 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to the movie. So yeah, I mean, you saw this movie before I did, and you were just like, you need to see this.
Yeah.
And I understand what you're talking about, because like this killed up in I don't know if it was Toronto or Sundance. I think it was Sundance. Sundance, it did really well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I see why, because this is it's an interesting film. First of all, Jillian Bell in this movie, she gives a really good performance.
Really does. Yeah.
She's really committed in this. So I'm not sure if she gained extra weight for this role, or if she was wearing like a really convincing fat suit, because like
I don't know.
She never been that big.
No, I don't.
I've seen her in other things before this movie, like like Rough Nights, or 22 Jump Streets, or Workaholic, which is where I got introduced to her. Yeah. And she's always been a little curvier, but she's not. Yeah. She wasn't like this big, but like if she put on the weight, congrats. If it was a fat suit, congrats to the process department. Yeah. But like you can tell, like she did get like in better shape for this role.
Yeah, for sure. You see the transition of her character throughout the whole entire film. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that's what it is. Like this is a movie about transitioning into a better life, transitioning into a better self. Because you see her like in the beginning of the movie, she's drinking, she's smoking, she's going out to the club every night, and I think that's a part of like her lifestyle. Like cause she surrounds herself with just toxic people who just kind of goad her into doing these things that just aren't good for her.
Mm-hmm. But she wants to be accepted. I think that's the reason why she does it, because she doesn't really know herself. She pretty much just wants to be accepted, and she thinks by doing this, she's going to gain those friends. She's going to gain that fake confidence, and gain to be able to get men and stuff like that, like all of her friends are doing. So I think that's why she makes those those bad decisions as a character throughout this film.
She feels like a very human protagonist.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I see so much humanity in the character of Brittany, to the point where they're not afraid to make her look a little unlikable every now and then.
But that's life, and that's why I thought it was so so real, and that's why I wanted you to see it, because to me I really I just enjoyed this film. And it was just it strips it down raw, like how people really interact with each other. Like the one scene I go back to is the one where she actually has enough of her roommate, and her roommate's pretty much just talking down on her and like saying about, oh, she'll never, you know what I mean, amount to anything and this and that, and she'll, you know what I mean, basically not being that supportive system that she needs to try to change her life because they don't have anything in common anymore. Alcohol and partying was the commonality, the common thread. As soon as they took that out, they don't know each other. They don't have any common ground. So that's why, you know, she pretty much was talking down on Brittany. And Brittany really just realizes, well, I have this support group, this running group that I'm friends with now that really do care about me and try to uplift me when I'm down, you know?
Yeah, for sure. And I agree. I think the friend she makes. Well, first of all, her roommate. I swore for watching the movie up and down that was the girl who played Knives Chow in Scott Pilgrim. Turns out it's not her.
Oh, it looks like her.
It does. It looks just like her, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why, like her friends, one of which played by Micah Stock.
Okay.
He's someone who he's trying to get in shape for his son. He's part of him and his partner. They have a young son, and like he wants him to get in better shape. So you know you get why he's doing that. And like the other one, they call her Moneybags Martha. I can't remember actually. Catherine. Catherine was a real played by Michaela Watkins. She's really good in the movie.
Another solid performance too, for sure.
Who apparently she was in Good Boys. I don't remember her in that movie.
Good Boys. I'm trying to think. What the hell? Who was she?
Whose parent was she?
Would she have been? I was gonna say she had to be somebody's mom. I don't know.
Mom, maybe a teacher. I have no idea.
I'd say a mom, probably.
But like, I think the standouts as far as like supporting cast. Well, first one is she gets a job at a house sitting company. She meets this guy, Utkarsh. You play by Utkarsh Ambudkar. He's you would recognize this guy as the Indian guy from Pitch Perfect, and the Indian guy from a lot of things. Now I'm thinking about it.
He's that guy.
Yeah, but he's a really solid actor. And he does get some good laughs. But honestly, Lil Rel Howery, he's not in the movie a whole lot, but the scenes he gets, he's really good. Like I like Lil Rel Howery as an actor.
Yeah, because that's the sister's husband.
Sister's husband.
Yeah, he's really good in the film. Small scenes that he gets, but even the one scene when she's cutting down this. Was it her ex?
I'm not. Was it? You know, I don't even know who that was. I'm being honest.
But she was cutting down. Brittany was cutting down
some other woman.
This other woman who was heavier. And basically, it was like almost how she like was on the opposite side of how she used to be. You know what I mean? Like that she was that girl that she's making fun of. And Lil Rel Howery, you know, just sits down and like talks to her. You know, just calls her out on it pretty much. You know what I mean? But he's really good in this film for the small amount of time that he's actually in the film.
Yeah, he isn't getting a lot of time, but what he does get, he does shine.
For sure.
I will say, like, this movie, it does a good job getting you on Brittany's side. It does a good job getting you to root for Brittany and her thing. One thing I don't know if you felt the same way. I didn't find it that funny. Especially, and it's not it's not like it's a movie that was marketed as a comedy, which it was, by the way.
Yeah.
But it's actually like a pretty like heavy drama. No, this is a dramatic comedy.
Yeah. But
the comedic beats, I don't feel always worked.
I mean, some of the scenes were funny, I thought. But yeah, I can understand what you're saying. It's not going to be like The Good Boys or The Hangover or like, you're going to get tons of laughs. The laughs that do hit, I mean, they hit for me. But there's some scenes where like some of the comedy just kind of falls flat.
Yeah, I remember like getting like chuckles. I'm like, huh. I think I got maybe like one good laugh the entire movie. I don't remember what, but I remember getting like one like really solid laugh the entire time. And also, like for me, this movie has a lot of what I'm gonna call as contradictory scenes.
Okay.
Well, first of all, it has scenes where it's just like, okay, we're really gonna do this.
Yeah.
And a lot of scenes where it's just like, okay, what was the point of this if you ended up here anyways?
Yeah.
Like I'm just like this was completely this conflict was not needed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But all in all, I will say this is a movie that does a great job of showing, like a great job of demonstrating self transformation and self reflection, and it also makes you want to rethink your life, makes you want to rethink what you're doing, makes you want to rethink the people who are around you and like whether or not you're making good decisions.
Yeah.
And also like applaud this movie for illustrating that. You like people make bad decisions all the time. Mm-hmm. It's all about how we recuperate from those bad decisions. So I appreciate that kind of message. Yeah. For me, overall, I think this is for the longest time. Watching this was a rental, but then watching it towards the end, I'm just like, you know what? I'd give this a solid matinee. It's a good matinee.
All right, and to echo another review again,
God.
I'm gonna going full price again, man.
Oh, I thought you were going matinee.
No, I'm not going matinee, man. I enjoy this film, and I don't know if it's because I run and I've done that
I know you run like crazy amounts.
I've gotten it's a callback to I like all about it, like even the feels of like when they're going across the Staten Island ferry to go to the Narrows Verrazano Bridge to start the race, like all that was real. Like the Dunkin' Donuts hats, like that they had. I have one of those hats that they gave you at the corral, like to get ready before the race, and all that was real. So like I'm reliving all of that through this film, and just the dedication it takes to run a marathon. So I can appreciate the fact that she tried. You know, she wanted to no matter what, injury or no injury or anything like that, through hell and high water. She wanted to finish this race. And I can applaud that because I've done that. I've taken the time to, put the time in to train for a marathon. It's tough. And, you learn a lot about yourself as you're running. And I think that I appreciate because she herself gains more confidence through running. And on top of it, she meets people that have a healthier things in common with her. And she realizes herself, like about herself while she's, doing this, that, the people that I was with, they didn't have my best interests. I was making bad decisions, putting toxins in my body and stuff like that for what? You know what I mean? These people, you're making a better, healthy lifestyle choice. And on top of it, you're going to have these people that are your friends for the rest of your life just because of, a simple thing like running. So I appreciate that. So I absolutely recommend this at full price. These indie films this year have been kind of pleasantly surprising. I just wish a lot more eyes would get on them like this.
Oh, yeah.
Booksmart, other films like that. I really enjoy these indie films and they really pleasantly surprise me. But yeah, this is a full price for this one for sure.
Yeah, some of my favorite movies this year have been indies, and they've been crushing. Indies have been crushing it the past few years. I love independent films.
I do too. Yeah.
So yeah, that's gonna do it for us in this review. What do you think about Brittany Runs A Marathon? Have you seen it? Leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe. Russell, anything you want to plug before we head out?
We're back. Notorious by Chance is back. Our podcast is finally back. Thank God. Join the Facebook group Notorious by Chance. You can get on, vote for the polls that we put up. We just put up a Halloween poll for the month of October. Go ahead and get involved in that. And then also subscribe to the new feed. The other 40 episodes we had to pretty much put in the classics of the Notorious by Chance podcast archives. So this is the new one. This starts with episode 41. We reviewed The Matrix, so go ahead and check that out. Subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff. And just get involved in the polls. October is here, so we're going to have a lot of fun polls coming up.
For sure. And you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, ChanceWars_91. And check us out where I compete. Shimoda Orlando is coming up very soon. I hope you guys go and check that out. And join the Patreon. And like Russell said, join us, follow everything we do. We'll be having a new podcast up very soon. And yeah, we will see you next time.